Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video we are going to be doing a first impressions of Poundland makeup, hence the bare face. As far as I know, Poundland makeup has been around for a few years now, but I've never actually tried anything from the brand. I go into Poundland quite a lot purely because I like to buy snacks. I'm playing Pokemon Go at the minute, which means that I like to just walk around aimlessly and I like to buy snacks. I'm just going to go ahead and do like an everyday sort of makeup look just so I can kind of compare it to the other products that I use, which definitely cost more than £1. I have got a few lip options and things like that as well, so we can have a little play with all the products. So let's just do makeup. So the first thing I'm going to start with is the foundation. This is called the Gorgeous Flawless Long Lasting Foundation and I have mine in the shade Warm Ivory 2. They didn't seem to have any testers or anything like that in my local Poundland. I don't know if they do in like other bigger stores or something, but hopefully this will kind of work. It looks like it'll be a fairly decent match. So the coverage for this isn't amazing, so I'm just going to go in with a little bit more. The product itself, actually, I noticed, I don't know where I put it, that, you know, I've only just used 2 pumps. I don't know if you can see that, but like there's not much product actually in here. It says 30ml, but it doesn't really seem like there's overly that much product inside the actual bottle. But then again, for £1, I guess you really can't complain. Oh my god, actually looking on this, that is insanely patchy. Yeah, this is like, wow, that's really patchy. So next up I'm using a concealer. I haven't used a stick like lipsticky concealer since I was about 13, so I don't even know how to really use this. I guess just chuck it on your face. I'm trying to find what colour I have it in. I have it in honey beige. Again, I literally just did it by like eyeballing it. Looking at it, it might be a little bit too dark. Is this even coming out? Now I remember why I didn't like stick concealers. Because they suck. Next I'm going to use some bronzer. This is called the Good to Glow Matte Bronzer and it's in the shade Matte Medium 2. It doesn't look awful. It does look a bit orangey compared to what I would normally use, but let's see. I don't know if we'll be able to contour with this. Pigmentation is okay. Definitely more orangey than I would like. So I don't know if you could really do much contouring with this one as such, but I'll try. Right, I can't really contour with this, so I'm just going to bronze my face up a bit using it. The concealer has actually left me looking quite oily. I mean, it may just be the fact that it is boiling hot here in the UK, but I didn't actually get a powder, so we'll see how the look goes, but I may have to finish it off with a powder before I step outside the house. Next I'm going to go in with the blusher. This one is in the shade Soft Blush 1. I nearly dropped it. You know what? That is actually quite a nice colour. It's like a, almost like apricot-y colour. And it's, again, nicely pigmented, not like so you'll look like a clown, but it just gives you a little bit of like room to play with, so you can layer it up a little bit. But I'm going to add a bit more colour on my cheeks because I can't really contour, so I'm just going to kind of add a bit of colour to my face using the bronzer. Think I've gone overboard, that's fine. And then we're going to move into a highlighter. I'm very intrigued by this because it looks like it could be quite dark, but then swatching it, it doesn't really, it's that finger there, doesn't really seem to be doing much at all. It does look quite chunky in terms of shimmer, but this is the Pearl Shimmer Highlighting Powder. So let's get my fan brush and let's go crazy with the highlighter. Doesn't seem to be doing much. Okay, so it's not my usual colour. I normally go for something a bit more gold tone, but looking at it more closely, it's not that bad really. It's kind of like a more pearly sort of tone, which I guess is what you'd expect when it's called Pearl Shimmer. But it's not awful, to be honest. If you do like kind of like a more pinky toned highlighter, and I have packed on quite a lot there, and it doesn't look overly cakey or anything. But yeah, if you do like a more pinky highlighter, then I'd maybe consider checking this out. So now I'm just going to set my eyes using the eyeshadow in the shade Nude 2. This is very, very powdery, so be sure to give it a double tap if you do use it. Just pop it all over my eyelid, and I think we can get away with it under my eyes, just to stop it all looking a bit too shiny. You know what, that's not bad at all, especially considering I just put it all over my face. It's quite like, I'd say it's more of like a transparent sort of shade. Let's test the pigmentation on my hand. Yeah, so you can't really see it there, but it's not overly pigmented, and I did just use that with my fingers, so quite a good powder actually. just for like under the eyes or something. I'm just going to go back in with the bronzer and just pop a little tiny bit in the crease of my eye. I thought I picked up like a crease colour, but obviously I didn't. But this will just warm it up a little bit, so this isn't actually that bad for eyeshadow, to be fair. I'll just go underneath like I usually do as well. I'm trying to basically recreate my sort of everyday look, but with it costing a lot less. Let me know if you guys do want like a drugstore / high-end video, because I feel like that could be a lot of fun and seeing what I could recreate with some affordable makeup. I like that colour. I really like this as an eyeshadow. It's kind of like a colour I've been looking for a while. Sort of like an orangey brown, so I'm actually very much into this. I really like that actually. I'm definitely going to be using that again for eyeshadow. Okay, so now the fun part, which is the mascara. Now, I've always thought that you should probably spend a little bit more on mascaras, not like crazy amounts, but sort of like the Maybelline Max Factor, that sort of thing. But the other day I tried out the Freedom, I think it was a volumizing mascara, and it's quickly become one of my favourites, and I think it's either like £1 or £2, so I'm not putting this one down. I think it has potential to be quite nice. I got the Plump Up the Volume one, I think it's just in black, yeah, black 2. I can't say that the wand overly inspires me. I like big sort of like chunky ones, or I like the plasticky ones, but let's see. Yeah, this doesn't really do much, to be honest. Again, I'm a very hairy person. I am a very, very hairy person, so generally mascaras kind of work with me, like no matter what, but they don't, this one isn't doing what I want it to. I'm literally going over the same bits over and over again. I'm going on the top, I'm layering it up, I'm doing all different kinds of wiggles, and doesn't seem to be doing much. It's fairly black by the looks of things, you can't really see, but it's definitely not like plumping up the volume or whatever it's supposed to do. I'll leave that for a second and maybe try a second coat. Now I'm going to fill in my brows. I haven't used like just a brow pencil on its own in such a long time, so I don't know how I'll be with this, but this is called the Take a Brow, and I've got it in the shade Brown 2. To be fair, if you guys can possibly see that, it's not a warm brown, which is normally what you find with like budget brow pencils, so I'm hopeful about this. Oh god, it feels so weird using a brow pencil. I'm kind of liking this. This is actually a really, really good match for my eyebrows. I wouldn't say it's any better than like my brow pomades or anything like that, just purely because I am that sort of person. I like a sort of more jelly texture than a pencil, but say if you're in a festival, or if you just want to take a brow pencil with you as opposed to lugging around like a jar and a brush, this is actually really, really good. So now we're going to move on to lips. I have 2 lip liners. I have like a brown one, and then I also have a pinky shade. The brown one is called, if I can find a name, Brown 3. And then the pinky shade is Rose 2. And then I've also got 2 different lipsticks. Which ones did I get? I've got they're called the All About That Pout Colour Moisture lipstick. This one is the shade Natural Pink. I picked this one up because I thought it would be just like a nice nude. And then I've also got Fresh Peaches. So I might go for like the pink lip liner first. So that's the colour Rose 2, I think it was, and I think this is actually quite a sort of Kylie Jenner-ish sort of shade. They are drying, I have to say, they are very, very drying. My lips feel like they're about to fall off, but I didn't have any lip balm on underneath, which is what I would normally do. So definitely put a bit of lip balm on underneath beforehand, but the colour's really nice. The pigmentation is okay. It's not the easiest lip liner to apply, but again, £1, you really cannot go wrong. If you want to wear it alone, just as a colour like this, then definitely put some lip balm on underneath, but we're going to let's go in and add the shade Natural Pink. I feel like that one would go quite nicely with it. So that's it with the lipstick on. It's quite nice and moisturising actually. My lips don't feel as dry as they felt with just the lip liner on. The colour feels like it's a bit sort of like smeary, like it doesn't feel like it's overly set onto my lips, but I really do actually quite like the colour, and this is coming from the girl that likes matte lipsticks. This one is just like a moisture lipstick, so it's not something that I would usually wear anyway, but I think, not necessarily with this eye colour, if we just cover up my eyes for a minute, I think the colour's quite nice as pinks go. And then we'll try the shade Brown 3, was it? Yeah, Brown 3. This one really hurts my face. Definitely, 100%, please use a lip balm with this because it kills your lips. Like, I'm going to take this off in a minute and I'm just going to apply so much lip balm because now my lips feel like, you know when you've had a cold for like weeks on end and your lips just feel like they're about to fall off your face? This is how my lips feel right now, and it wasn't the easiest lip liner to apply either. Like, I was doing that for quite some time, and if I'm going to spend that much time applying lip liner, I want my lips to look perfect. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you do want to see more of me. I post every Thursday and Sundays. Let me know if you guys have tried any Poundland makeup and what you found was good and maybe what you found was not so good, and also let me know what you think of this overall look. If you do want me to do any more first impressions videos on various makeup brands, like for example H&M or Primark or New Look or different things like that, then just let me know and I'd be happy to do it. But apart from that, that's it from me. I love you guys and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!